Today, we're going to talk about securing your MySQL Docker container that's running on a server. So what are we talking about specifically? First of all, we want strong passwords to access our database. Secondly, if someone has access to our server, it could be an outsider or an insider, we want them to have limited access to the actual database data and to the passwords that we're using. All right, so let's jump into it. Here we have a Docker Compose file. We're using the official MySQL image. So let's go ahead and launch it. Docker Compose up-d, -d to run in the background. So we've started it so we can access the database using MySQL command line, using our host IP, using the port, user root, and the password, as you can see, is right here. So this lets you access our database. The problem here is that these passwords are in clear text, right? So we have the Docker Compose file on a server or checked into our code base, and all these passwords are in clear text, which is not secure at all. And we're talking about potentially a server running on a public instance, EC2 or DigitalOcean on something else. So we definitely want to improve this. So one way to improve the situation is to use Docker secrets. So you can define secrets in your Docker Compose file like this. The secrets either come from a file or come from an environment variable. And then in your service, you define which secrets you want to use. In this case, we want to use both of the secrets we defined. So let's do that, like that. And then the MySQL image allows you to read these passwords from a file. So it would be like this, file, and then you would specify where the file is coming from. So as you can see already, the secrets are actually going to be stored in a file inside the container. So let me finish this example. Okay. And that's how you do that. So let's go ahead and start up this new container. So we'll kill the previous one. Docker stop our container, and we want to Docker remove as well because we want to remove the any volumes associated with it. And then we're going to do Docker Compose up again. Okay, we have started. Oh, I did not save this. All right, let's save this. Let's kill this again. And let's start it again. Okay, it's giving me an error, of course, because I did not set this environmental variable. So let's do that. MySQL password equals insecure. All right, there we go. It is running. Now I already created this MySQL root password file here, so it is here. So that's the password. So in this case, the root password is coming from a file, and then the user password is coming from environmental variable. And of course, we see the problem here. If the passwords are coming from a file, then anyone that has access to the server can see the password. Environmental variables also are insecure because you can read the environment variables using the ps command. In addition, the container is actually storing these secrets on a file. So getting these secrets is as simple as, let me clear this. I cleared it, but what was my container name? Okay, here we go, container name. It's as simple as running docker exec container name, and then just doing cat on this guy. Secure MySQL Docker, MySQL. Let me double check something. Okay, looks like container got in a bad state, so let me restart this. And then we can do docker exec and then cat, and we can cat this out. There we go, and we can get this password, and we can get the other password as well, MySQL password. So anyone that has access to this machine and can run this Docker command can get these passwords out. So this is not secure as well. So what should we do here? So I think we need to go back to kind of the traditional method where we use MySQL command to actually set the password that we want and not keep the passwords in the files or in environmental variable. Okay, so let's modify this. Actually, we're going to blow all of this away and we're going to simplify this. We're going to simplify this. We're still going to set the password, root password, because we need it to start up. But then we're going to use this option, MySQL one-time password, to effectively make the password expired so that we have to change it. All right, let's docker stop. Docker remove. Okay, and let's start this up again. Docker compose up -d. Okay, we've started this up. And once again, I forgot to save this file. Okay, one more time. Stop. Remove. Docker compose up. All right, it is running. Okay, now we are going to use basically the traditional MySQL commands to log in, change the user, create a new database, and create a user for it. So this is the command that I'm using. And let's go over it. All right. So I'm going to be using echo because I'm going to pass in all these SQL commands versus in standard in. So I'm going to go ahead and change the root password. And the root password here is going to come from my secrets manager. In this case, I'm using 1Password. But it's possible to use other secrets managers to basically inject the secret in your standard in pipe. So I'm going to change the root password to something that's stored in my secrets manager. And I'm going to create a new database. I'm going to create a database user who will have a different password that's also coming from my secrets manager. I'm going to grant all privileges to that user, to the database, and flush privileges. And I'm going to pipe this. So this is coming in as standard in, right? And since it's coming in standard in, it's all in memory. So once this command is done, no one can see exactly what was passed via standard in. And in this case, because we've marked the user as expired, we need to pass this extra option, connect expired password. So let's go ahead and run this. And we see I get a little prompt, right? It could be password, or in this case, I'm using Touch ID. I authenticate. 1Password gets the secrets from my vault and it passes them in. So let's see how I can connect to the database also securely without revealing my password. So let's do this. So we're going to do echo I'm going to use double quotes here, and we can also do the same thing. We can read this password, and I'm going to pipe it to pbcopy. Pbcopy puts it in my pasteboard, right, in my clipboard. So then later I can paste it in. I paste that password in. So this way it's not exposed in my terminal history. So I'm gonna basically save my password on my clipboard, and now I can connect MySQL-H 127.001-P3306-U root-P. So I'm not putting a password in my command line history. And here I simply just paste. Okay, I'm not sure what happened. I just had to restart the terminal. So yeah, plenty of hiccups. So let's try this again. So we're gonna put our password in PB copy, and then we're gonna run MySQL. We're gonna paste our password, and then we're connected. All right, that's it for today.